Today could be a good day to reclaim your power as the moon heads from Capricorn into Aquarius, and then later in the day forms a conjunction with Pluto, power planet Pluto in Aquarius. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Wednesday, July 1st, and we are, of course, heading toward the 4th of July holiday in the United States, the day when we typically celebrate freedom and democracy and what it means to have freedom. So it's a time of year when we are always thinking about these themes and having the added emphasis this year of Mars having a conjunction with Uranus just on July 3rd and 4th really exacerbates the feelings of what's important to all of us. And so it is also a lot going on, and I've been sharing in my recent videos. I had a podcast episode 4, about the Capricorn full moon, about Mercury stationing retrograde, about Mars entering Gemini, about Mars heading into a conjunction with Uranus, about Jupiter heading into Leo. So all of this is shifting this week. We're in the middle of these huge, huge shifts. And today we're finishing up that energy of the Capricorn moon, of how we think about our foundations and what's going to support us and how we need to get organized. And I don't know about you, but I spontaneously just cleaned out my closets last night. Was not planning to, and then I remembered my video and how I was talking about that. So there you go. Sometimes it just happens spontaneously, and you look at the astrology and you're like, oh yeah, of course. So anyway, of course, the Capricorn energy that we are working with is helping us get organized at deeper levels, but also it brings the emphasis to strength and resilience and how we are getting things in order to have the support we need going forward, to focus on those foundations. And then as the moon goes into Aquarius right around 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, we shift into that breakthrough energy, that shake up, that breakup energy. And for me, always when I say breakup, I don't mean like relationship breakup. I mean like the ice breaking up, like it did when I lived in Alaska, and we had breakup every spring, where literally the frozen ground and the ice on the river, goes from something solid to something that begins to move and flow. So that's what breakup means to me. And breakup is sometimes breaking down the old structures, the old ways of doing things, and just so much going on here at deeper levels. So if it doesn't all make sense to you, that's okay, because there's so much changing at so many different levels that we can't wrap our minds around it just yet, right? It's going to take some time and some perspective before we will be able to do that. But what you can do is trust yourself and trust the process. And so as the moon goes into the shake-up, breakup sign of Aquarius, it is also heading toward its conjunction with Pluto. And Pluto is about power and transformation and how we reclaim our power and getting to these deeper levels of what is important to us, what we're capable of. So at this time, what's important is noticing what does not work for you anymore and moving on from that. So don't give it any more energy or effort. If it's not working, it doesn't need your time. You don't have the time. This is what is changing in the world is going to take your, focus and effort, and we collectively don't have the time and the extra, right, to be sort of being frivolous about with our time and energy. We have to be leaner, meaner, cleaner, more true versions of ourselves. And that is what the energy of this week. Today, we're moving into that moon conjunct to Pluto, and Pluto's in Aquarius, and Uranus is in Gemini, and Mercury is retrograde in Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is conjunct Pluto. So we have this story going on of deeper transformation, connecting to our deeper, more true self, how that is connected to our feelings, and really not just something as simple as feelings, but really something that goes very deep in terms of our ingrained emotional patterns. So all of that is happening at the same time, and this process is about how we discover who we are and how we respond to what is showing up in our lives, because whatever is happening to you in your life is your part of the whole. So the way that you respond from a place of authenticity, of courage, of willingness to embrace the things that are of value to you, your own values, the ideologies that are important to you. So that is all happening at all of these different levels. And right now you're in the middle of it. So keep walking, as I've been saying in these videos and in my podcast, keep moving forward. That is really that's the best thing you can do. Do your best and then take the next step from there. And that's enough. The only way you can really fail at this is to give up or not keep walking. So you got to keep going, right? Whatever the next step looks like, and the next one after that. That is how you get through. You keep going. So thank you so much for being here, and follow these videos every day as we tell this story, as we move through what is unfolding and the energy of Mars coming together with Uranus. I spoke more about that in yesterday's video, so I won't go deep in it today, but we're in this energy of surprise, and some of it's not surprises, right? But it's clarifying. When you hear something that is information that you didn't know how it was going to go, and then you hear that information, it may or may not be a surprise, but at least it's clarifying, okay, here's what we're working with. Now we get to figure out what we do next. So that energy of information coming through, surprises, unexpected developments, and how we how we respond, because it's going to take time to figure things out, but it gives us that more of the clarity of what it is we are dealing with. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And if you are looking for more support with all that is happening, it's a great time actually to book a reading. My prices will be going up at the end of July, so get in now before those rates increase, and get some support for all that is happening now and will be happening throughout the month of July, just to get that clarity of what lies ahead for you and how to think about this time based on your own personal chart. Really, really powerful stuff. So astrologyheals.com is where you can book a session with me. Thanks again for being here and for subscribing to this YouTube channel. I am here every day with astrology for unshakable self-care, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.